You're listening to 92.1 West Coast Radio 2, the Gambia's news authority.
Now, news has just emerged of a presidential tour soon after 𝒃𝒃𝒃 to inaugurate road projects across the country. The information has infuriated the president's political opponents, and we are joined now by the UDP's Senior Administrative Secretary for Media and Communications, Mr. Tombong Saidy. Good morning, Tombong.
Yeah, good morning, Peter, and good morning to all your listeners.
We were just listening to the issue about, dead fish washing ashore in villages, including Sanyang. Before we talk about the president's upcoming tour, I mean, your party leader issued a statement with regard to that. What's UDP's problem with that?
No, the problem is there's no visible action being taken by government about this matter, and this is not the first time this is happening. So this means that there are malpractices within the fishing industries where unusual fishing techniques are used that is causing this dead fish washing, and it has a lot of implication. I mean, this time it's in Sanyang and Gunjur area. Next time it could be in Senegambia area, and it will affect the tourism industry.
Sure.
So that's why we have concern over it and released that press release.
Well, listen, your problem this morning is emerging news that the president is planning to embark on a nationwide tour to inaugurate road infrastructure. I mean, why should that be a problem? I mean, the country needs roads.
Yeah. Well, I wish that was the case. There's this scheduled tour of the president starting May 4th, which has been circulating in the social media. And it says launching and inauguration of road projects countrywide by His Excellency. For me and for the United Democratic Party, this is just a political campaign in disguise, because anytime the president moves in such a tour, it's funded by the state, by our own taxpayers' money. So, I mean, if the timing of this tour, it is meant solely to campaign for NPP for the coming mayoral and chairmanship election, nothing else.
Really? So your problem is the timing? Because, I mean, I'm just assuming that whether they do it now or later in the year, they would spend the same taxpayers' money on such an activity. Or do you think it will be more expensive?
Yeah. If it was genuine, because look, Peter, we are just going in 6 weeks' time. We'll be in the rainy season. I mean, there's no contractor who would start any road project. Heading into the rainy season, because he will lose all his potential profit in it, because the water will wash whatever, the rains will wash away whatever work he's doing. And secondly, there are targeted areas, that are identified. If you notice, like places like Brikama, which they also need roads, is not touched. But if you go to URR is his stronghold. But he's launching it at Numuyel. And Numuyel is in Gambisara, a ward that he lost. So he's trying to go and fool those people, thinking that they'll have roads, which they will never have. Already they've done the same thing. Look at this Bundung Road, Bundung to Kao Junction Road. They dug that place, and rainy season is coming, and nothing is being done. That whole place will be flooded when comes the rain. You go to Kanifing Estate, just by the hospital, there's a road being built to go and link with to Steam Corner. They've dug that place, demolished some properties there at Kanifing Estate and Kanifing Layout, and nothing is being done. And the rain is almost here, So it doesn't make sense. Secondly, the cost. Right now, one of our biggest headache is the rising cost of food commodities, basic commodities. Why not use that money to subsidize that area, or even help the farmers for them to have very reasonable and cheap fertilizer for the coming rainy season, rather than going on this so-called tour, which none of these roads will be built on time or are not even maybe on their plan, but it's just to fool people in this country.
Apart from talking about it on social media and discussing it on conventional mainstream media, is there anything the opposition can do to stop this from happening?
Oh yes. The opposition has to work as a team and address this with the IEC and all the other relevant stakeholders to make sure that this tour is postponed and suspended, because it's interfering with the election calendar. The nominations are starting 27th of April. I think UDP's nomination is on the 1st of May. Campaign will start just a few days after. So this tour will interfere with the campaign calendar. What would happen if UDP is scheduled to be in Numiyal and President also wants to have a meeting in Numiyal? Things like that. And all these night stops in Farafenye and all this, these are all political campaign calendar. And I'm sure this was not budgeted for. Because anytime the president moves on a meet the people, so you're talking about tens of millions of dollars is being used. And all these government officials will be going on a campaign for NPV and being paid by government, and all their vehicles fueled by government, and their night allowances and everything paid for.
And just in case, things don't move fast, if and when you approach the IEC, can the opposition go to court, get an injunction to stop the tour from taking off on the 4th of May?
Well, I think the legal teams will look into all those things. But, those are some things that the legal teams are looking into. And then the necessary actions will be taken. Everything will be done legally to stop this tour at this time of the year. It doesn't make sense. Last time in an interview, the president was saying that Gambia is the most democratic country, in Africa. Democracy doesn't mean just the absence of freedom of speech and torture but this is bad governance. It's also part of democracy. Interfering with the election calendar is part of democracy. Inducing and buying votes is also something that is against democracy. That is, undermining the fundamentals of democracy. So I think they need to look at their and it's funny, if you look at this schedule, it's like it's hastily made. The 12th and the 13th. Combo South and Combo North is the same, the same items or the same roads. So they just hastily making this to make sure they have something on the table before. If you look at on the 11th May and 12th May, they're all going to launching of Yuna, Baniaka, Kumkujang, Mayama, Sanyang Road. And the same item is also repeated on the 12th. Friday, on the 11th is labeled Combo North, on the 12th is labeled Combo South. So this just shows you how this local government election have put them in a panic mood. So they are trying to do everything just to see to it that the mayors and the chairmanship election goes their way, which they're just wasting their time because people are waking up.
Strangely, the biggest prize of all, which is KM, doesn't appear anywhere on the schedule.
Yeah, with KM, there's already rumor that they have some money put aside. Some are saying 20 million, some are saying $40 million to make sure that Talib loses KM. And that money could have been used to buy medicine for...
How will 20 million, 40 million make Talib lose?
Exactly.
How will the money be used?
Well, their traditional tactic, which is buying votes, but people of KM, Banjul, and West Coast, they will just take the money. Of course, if they come and offer you money, you take it and then go and vote for the right candidate, which is Talib and Rohilo and Yankuba Dabo in West Coast. Okay. So they're just wasting their money or make those people responsible richer because they will not use all that money for the campaign. When they don't know they are losing these elections.
All right.
People are not sleeping.
All right. Tombong, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
Tombong Saidy, Senior Administrative Secretary for Media and Communications, United Democratic Party. Joining me now is Mr. Ebrima Sillah, Honorable Minister responsible for Transport Works and Infrastructure. Good morning, Honorable Sillah.
Good morning, Peter.
The opposition has a problem with a planned tour by the president soon after 𝒂𝒐𝒐𝒏 from the 4th to what? Is it the
12th.
The 13th of May? You're saying from the 4th to the 12th. So the tour is on.
Well, thank you, Peter. Just for purpose of clarity, let me say that these dates actually were discussed long time ago before even the start of Ramadan. I mean, the project should have been launched actually before Ramadan, but it was realized that really, it was so close. So we had to only, launch and also inaugurate the 𝒂𝒐𝒏 roads. And it was announced there then that immediately after Ramadan we would launch. I was even recently on TV where I even announced that immediately after the Ramadan, this was even well before the local government councillorship elections, we were going to launch the roads. I think, the statement by the UDP Media Administrative Secretary is fatally false, and that he looks and sounds very jittery about the fact that government is carrying out its mandate. At a time when they think it should not have been done, but this is government planning. And therefore, it is important we clarify that.
Yeah, but Sillah, obviously, you can understand why the opposition, to borrow your own language, would be jittery, because everywhere the president goes, you people only talk politics. If you want development, you have to support us. That is politicking at a time when people are about to go and cast their ballots.
I disagree. When we talk of launching of projects like this, president would speak. Of course, the minister or the contractor will speak. Sometimes, yes, some people may be overly joyful and then, they bring in politics in it. But that does not necessarily mean that this is a political event. That is why we always, ensure that we make it very clear that it is a national duty being conducted by the president in accordance with, budget frameworks and, constitutional mandate, given to the president. So therefore, to even remotely, link this tour with the politics, shows how, fatally jittery these people are.
Okay. So what is the president going to do? Because sometimes you don't understand, politicians' use of the word inaugurate. Is he going to open roads that have been constructed already, or is he just going to break ground for the commencement of roads?
It's both. There are roads that president will inaugurate. There are other roads that are under construction right now in Hakalang and other places in the country. But there are new roads that actually, he is going to lay the foundation stone, and then, works will start. And I also had the UDP Information Secretary talked about the wrong timing. Not only related to politics, but that, the rains are fast approaching. Yes, but, it also shows how ill-informed he is about road construction work. Because, even before you get to, the what we call the black thing on the road, to be very basic in the language of any ordinary man, you have to mobilize. Mobilization takes about almost 10% of the actual process. And then, you have to clear the road, you have to provide the right-of-way. All these things are very, very critical, even before the actual work starts. And this can be done at any time of the year. In fact, it is important that you are there during the rainy season so that you look at the topography well, the water movement and all other things that are critical to the construction of the roads. So, I believe as information, somebody who speaks on behalf of a political party, you need to be well informed by technicians of your party before you come on radio to ill-inform and also to misinform people who are listening. This is a very genuine cause. Even the UDP members of parliament are involved in this process because the process started at the National Assembly.
You mean they will be accompanying the president on this tour?
No. I mean the whole process of even identifying these roads, providing the budget for them, and also reconfirming and discussing everything started at the National Assembly. And it was a popular demand from the members of the National Assembly members themselves, including those that belong to the UDP that Mr. Tombong said he represents. So therefore, to even assume that, we are doing this thing and it's not budgeted, shows his lack of information, also his ignorance of the process that has been going on since last year. I have been in Parliament on the floor of the National Assembly on several occasions, talking about this road, identifying the processes, and to even believe that he was not paying attention to those things as a politician or somebody who speaks on.
No, he was paying attention. The problem is the timing. The problem is not the project.
No, the timing should not matter because government has a process. So the process has to begin when all other activities contingent on the completion of the initial works are done. And this is what we have told you, Peter. We should have launched these roads well before this time. But because it coincided with Ramadan, we had to push it. And that is why President had to only inaugurate the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍 road.
Okay.
And the Brikama market.
Okay.
They were part of the initial scope of activities that we were going to conduct.
Let me ask you this. The president was quoted by Tombong as saying that the Gambia has the best democracy in the world. What is wrong with if the opposition is making noise around the timing, why not wait until after the election?
But our opposition are chronic noise makers, Peter. Anytime government wants to do something, people like Tombong will jump to social media or will jump to radio stations hungry for news to, derail every effort of the government.
You don't seem to be criticizing me for talking to Tombong Saidy this morning, are you?
No, those chronic noise makers cannot stop, restrain the government from doing its dutiful work. So really, if we are to stop every genuine government activity because the chronic noise makers are making noise about that, then how do you expect us to develop this country?
Okay.
How do you expect us to run this country? How do you even expect us to deliver?
Okay, now forget about the opposition. This is a journalist asking, what would happen if the president delays the trip by 2 months?
Well, that would have seriously interfered with our timelines for the completion of the roads.
All right. And while you are on, this is a concern about the situation of one of our best roads. Let's just listen to a guy called Abdoulaye Kante. Listen to Abdoulaye Kante, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much for giving me the platform to express my dissatisfaction about the way the Gambian government or the National Road Authority is neglecting the Sukuta-Jabang Highway. Uncle Peter, if you've been to Jabang recently, your heart will melt, knowing very well that a very standard road that was built barely 5 years ago has now been turned into a car park for commercial vehicles. In fact, some people use the road to construct their workshops, such as mechanic garages, and the worst of all is a pileup of sand trucks parking right on the highway, blocking and causing unnecessary traffic between the roundabout and the Alagie forest. Uncle Peter, I am not sure if authorities responsible for this are aware, but one thing is for certain. If accidents happen around this area, it will be very catastrophic. Thank you so much, Peter.
This is a very valid concern, Peter. I have raised this issue in addition to what he said, the wrong parking on either side of the road. Like, for example, if you are coming from Sukuta going towards Jabang.
Yes.
All the way past the Jabang cemetery.
Yes.
You have private vehicles parked on the right-hand side of the road, the other lane of the road. So which means that rather than using two lanes, only one lane is available to the users. It's the same pattern also coming from Jabang going all the way to Sukuta. The same problem is there. And I have discussed this with the NRA, and I have directed this concern to the police to remove these people there. In addition to the wrong parking, we have also seen people now interfering with the road corridor, and that they are putting their wares on the right of way. They are also extending their canteens towards the corridor, and this has to be discouraged, and that the physical planning and the police should make sure that they talk to the communities to stop.
But what can you do, Sillah, what can you do as minister responsible for transport and infrastructure?
My mandate is basically as ministry to build the road. Now, when the road is built, the police now are the ones responsible for the enforcement of the traffic rules, number one. Number two, the Ministry of Local Government, I think through the physical planning, are also the ones responsible for the discouragement of the encroachment on the corridor and also the road. So really, the Ministry of Transport and Works, our mandate is to build the roads as priority given to us by the government. But once the road is built, we are responsible for the maintenance. When there is a problem on the road, when there are cracks, or when there are other issues.
So it's over to the Minister of Interior, responsible for the police, and the Minister of Local Government. And
exactly. They are the ones who should make sure that they enforce the relevant laws that actually deal with encroaching on the roads, but also, wrong parking, and in some cases, even wrong driving on the roads. Those ones are not the responsibility of the ministry.
All right. I know you'll refer me to Musa Drame, but I'm still going to ask. Are you people concerned about all this dead fish washing ashore right across the country?
Yes, we are concerned. Part of it also, we have a stake in this as a ministry because we are responsible for maritime.
Ah, okay.
The Gambia Maritime Agency raised these concerns to me. Because they are responsible for policy enforcement and also policy regulation. And when these things happen, they took pictures and videos, and then they sent it to us, and then we also, I think, the Ministry of Fisheries also was copied, because the conduct of the fisheries and in our waters, the conduct of fishermen in our waters, and how they discharge, the catches, actually has to do with the Ministry of Fisheries. But the way the regulations are enforced to ensure that we don't have pollution, we don't have illegal overfishing, and also, other activities that are against international conventions, that is the role of the Maritime Agency. And, we are scheduling a meeting with them next week after 𝒃𝒃𝒃, to ensure that we look at all these problems. Why are people, throwing their catches in the sea and then washed on the source? Or is it because of illegal dumping of toxic waste and all these things? So we need to confirm a whole lot of things in this so that, we know exactly what the problem is.
All right. Sillah, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
That's Mr. Ebrima Sillah, Honorable Minister for Transport, Works and Infrastructure. Thank you very much for your time. One more tomorrow, when we also hope to be talking about 𝒃𝒃𝒃 expected over the weekend. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.
Assalamu alaikum. Ramza wa jem chenyas. Be kondo na nyula ronal be Cairo to. Banko din kendol UDP din kendol. Mbal tendula mbal jaila. Wato sita nganna banko ta ngabonni. Banko be tembo mento. Wato le sita ngadeta nyola nyilbe kuru ya membela moli ya belonne mba kalmale ndunka findile ngadunga findi mba ko be kalma o kamala wato sita silanne men lafte fanna lafte la bankola enyanda wulla silanga kafu nyoma ngalonne de ela taget bem dula dantanet wolo nyenti siara note na siara note sirin jabe fan kundun doni waramanta yamen naje mba be kalmal ba lonna ko bar silam paretale siara notum be men folale al mamang ñun dogo sada dano al fatala merke sada dano ke baronal mo tem noma ali bang al ke balule birim balo na la mol man sukuro nati anin tuloni mano e kanyum ko do men dialla mo kanela tirke mota ya fale e tilkilingna amma nafa soto e mari numbal koros kan betani nala num luntan men yalun ko mu luntan e manyan karto fayla ni tata kara fay sansa ne problème so je tawle ba gambe kum belo wati ngal ni wala wala no compromise.
Ebrima Sillah, we heard you speaking to Peter Gomez, Coffee Time. You were answering or responding to UDP's communication director, Tombong Saidy. And Ebrima Sillah, what Tombong Saidy said is the fact. What Tombong Saidy said is true. Whatever you people are doing ahead of the mayoral and chairmanship elections, it is all political gimmicks. The road construction and the stone laying, or whatever you call it, Ebrima Sillah, it is politics. It has everything to do with politics and nothing to do with infrastructure building. It is time you stop playing with Gambian people, Ebrima Sillah. Ebrima Sillah, it is very shameful for you to come out and try to defend a government that Gambian people really hate, that Gambian people really abhor. This is a government that has failed the Gambian people, Ebrima Sillah. Taking into consideration who you were, Ebrima Sillah, you dare to tell Gambian people that this government is delivering when you know, and we all know, that the Barrow government is a lame dog government. It has absolutely no regard whatsoever for the ordinary Gambian. And what Tombong Saidy said, it's true. These so-called projects you are talking about, the timing is essential here, even when you deny the timing, but the timing is essential. Ebrima Sillah, Gambians are no more fools. You people are not more educated than us. You are not more smarter than us. And we will speak to the Gambian people. We would sensitize the Gambian people for the lies this government has been telling the Gambian people for more than 7 good years. You and your government have been lying to the Gambian people day in and day out. And still, you want to lie to the Gambian people. Where are those election campaign promises, Ebrima Sillah? Where is the garden your leader promised the Gambian women? Where is the Wi-Fi your president promised the Gambian people? Where is the Barra Banjul Bridge? Where is the Hakalan Road? And by the way, how are you going to finance all these projects you're talking about? The road projects and so on. The Hakalan project, you borrow it, it's a domestic loan. And the Gambian people are yet to recover that loan from your government, Ebrima Sillah. Adama Barrow never brought any project into the Gambia. Never. And if you deny it, give us a proof. These projects you people are talking about everywhere, the road projects you were talking, it's all the work of Honorable Ousainou Darboe when he was in the government. He went to the European Union. He went to China to bring those projects to the Gambian people. Even Adama Barrow admitted. The international community doesn't have any trust, any confidence in the Barrow government. So you don't have any assistance from the international community, Ebrima Sillah. Our donor countries, they have abandoned the Gambia. Our friends in the international community, they have abandoned the Gambia because of the rampant corruption in your government, Ebrima Sillah. Can you tell the Gambian people, where is the funding coming from? These road projects you are talking about, where is the funding coming from? The roads that were finished, the roads that were constructed, they are substandard roads, Ebrima Sillah. Stop fooling the Gambian people. Most of the roads are already in a very deplorable condition. You had one of the Gambian guys, or one of a Gambian boy who called you in that program. A Gambian citizen called you in that program, complaining the Jabang Road. That guy was complaining, and Ebrima Sillah. How many people die on our roads? What are you doing about that? You as the Minister of Works. How many people, how many accidents in our roads? You have failed. Your government have failed. So if UDP is a chronic noisemakers and jittering, you people are pathological liars. You lie every day to the Gambian people. Thank you, Alagie Touray. A fitting response to Ebrima Sillah, the lame dog Minister of Works, Communication and Infrastructure. Ebrima Sillah, you as the Minister of Works, Communication and Infrastructure, you are the worst minister to help that ministry, and you have failed woefully. Ebrima Sillah, you called UDP a chronic noisemakers and jittering. Ebrima Sillah, if indeed UDP is a chronic noisemakers and jittering, you will be reminded, Ebrima Sillah, you were once a UDP. So Ebrima Sillah, you are therefore once one of those chronic noisemakers and jittering. That jittering you speak took you to exile in Ghana, and thanks to UDP and the patriotic Gambians, unlike you, you are able to make it back home from Ghana, but only to betray those patriotic Gambians who facilitated and contributed to your homecoming.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. maa ngi nuyu waa KMC ñëpp seen tur seen santa. Waaw fam audio moo dégga vidéo sax moo dégga mooy Pa Modou Diop nekk Serekunda. Pa Modou Diop Souleymane Jammeh mooy wax ak yow Sol Jammeh ba kaw may wax ni waaw te bëgg naa Pa Modou Diop ngeen mu dégga audio bi. Pa Modou Diop mu defa dem dañ Barrow moo leen orienté Barrow président Barrow moo leen orienté ñu dem State House. waaw ma ko doon déglu si Kasa TV laa ko doon déglu léegi nii mu ne gars yi fa 12 o'clock ba 4 o'clock pour gars yi di meeting pour ñëw meeting ñu ñoo génnee Talib Ahmed Bensouda KMC. mu ne dem na fa waxtaan nañ léegi gars yi pare nañ fu mu nekk nii yaay compagnie ñëw attaque yi Serekunda yaay compagnie waaw dugga si gars yi jox leen xaalis pour ñu mun a génne Talib Ahmed Bensouda. gis nga Pa Modou Diop dinaa la wax ne nga dégg ko Talib Bensouda dafa am ñaani ndey am ñaani baay jóge si famille boo xam ne dañu ragal yàlla jóge si famille doo xam ne dañ doylu dañ am ñu doylu Talib Bensouda wax na leen ko mu ngi toog million yàlla Pamoudou Diop yow xam nga ma bu baax xam nga Souleymane Jammeh sot bakaw xam nga ma bu baax xamante nañ bu baax gis nga yéen seen maas yi dafa doy waar it's very sad yow you are still young ba tey xaleel nga of course xaleel nga ba tey dégg la yaa mag Talib Bensouda yow fu mu ne Talib Bensouda nijaayam nga sax yow rusuloo loolu ngeen di toog seen président bu ñàkk fayda boobu seen président dof boobu ku ñàkk fayda mooy Baro teg si Bakary Badji yéen da ngeen am problème suma raka ji da ngeen am problème yéen dem ngeen Europe nekk Amérique def nga lu nekk mu leen a meeg dara ngeen ne xaaral ñu dellu ñëw Gambie léegi ñu dugal suñu bopp si politique ñu saja xaalis yi suñu xaalis suma raka da ngeen dof yéen da ngeen am problème Pa Modou Souleymane Jammeh mooy wax yow sol Jammeh ba kaw am telling you know Diop Talib Bensouda daf leen raw doo leen ko munal nix dara doo leen ko munal dem leen ngeen toog seen président bu dof boobu Baro ak Bakary Badji ku kaaji kooku dem leen ngeen def lu nekk dara doo leen paas Talib Bensouda yàllaa ko sansang Talib Bensouda yàllaa ko sansang yàllaa ko xeexal soo dem leen ngeen toog Talib Bensouda dafa liggéey xol bu set ak honesty jub Pa Modou Diop bul tax ma wax please dem leen ngeen toog ñaan naa la ngir yàlla gis nga ñu ko meeg Europe ak America ñoo ngi toog Europe America ñu ngi def America ñu ngi def Europe ñu ngi def seen dëkk Gambia yéen xam nañ luy seen problème yéen xam nga da ngeen bëgg a égal seen boobu foo leen éegu yëfi parti yëfi noos moo tax ngeen sona because false life boo leen amee si bu loola nekk génne leen si amu leen dara amu leen tus dara amu leen ko false life rek soo leen ngeen suñu nguur yi ngeen bëgg a ñëw pour ñëw sàccane Talib Bensouda mu ngeen bëgg a génne KMC maa ngi waatee si weer laa si weer ba si weer ko laa si weer billahi wallahi talla su neexee yàlla incha allah rabbi lu ngeen di dóoree di ngeen dem ba dee doo leen ko fàtte wax leen Baro mu simeeku na Baro ñëw ñun dañ xeeb Bakary Badji dañ xeeb Baro lañ bugga président Baro na ñëw mu simeeku mu taxaw du Bakary Badji mu naat loolu Baro na simeeku ñun Baro lañ bugga mu ñëw Bakary Badji dañ ko xeeb yaa ngi dañ fa ne waa KMC dañ dof waa KMC ñoo leen gën a eewu yéen da ngeen xam nga yéen loser ngeen di losers ngeen da ngeen ñàkka yéen da ngeen dee xelaat di wax dañuy yoon dampaay dem nga fa Baro mu ne ye soo leen wine daf leen yoon dampaay ngeen jox gaay xaalis du nga fi suñu xaalis yéen doo leen dee ruus xaalis boo leen suñu xaalis la yéen da ngeen am problème ngeen toog depuis 12 o'clock bi 4 o'clock di meeting Talib Bensouda du ngeen da ngeen am office boo di xam Sénégal bi I don't know ma ne da ngeen di sonal seen boppa lii sax na gaaw ñëw ngeen toog incha allah rabbi on the 28th of May incha allah rabbi wii Talib Bensouda wii wii Yankuba Dabo yes wii Rohey Malick Lowe ngeen di dégga ñoom dañoo ñëppay win incha allah rabbi yéen da ngeen am problème yéen di ngeen sona yéen da ngeen xam nga yéen Pa Modou Diop billahi wallahi Bakary Badji yéen da ngeen ruslu yéen da ngeen ruslu yéen ngeen gën a fi yàlla wërsëg ngeen dem Europe ñi ki dem America ñaata at yéen a fa mu leen la meeg nothing yéen a ngi war a ñu am seen own business establish seen own business Gambia waaye déedéet ngeen ñëw ne ngeen di toppa ñoo xam ne ñu toog Gambia ñu ngi liggéey di def lu baax Gambia yéen def leen nothing def leen dara Europe def leen dara America def leen dara Gambia ñëw ne pour da ngeen di not yéen da ngeen am problème Pa Modou da ngeen am problème déggal sa wax bi yëpp ñu ngi ko amee sa wax bi mu ngi nii ñu ngi ko amee si audio ah Pa Modou Diop gis nga yéen fi ngeen xamee ne da ngeen kasaara bu foo leen toog wax seen wax na lik ñu nekk seen bisa bëgguñ leen nekkuñ si yéen naka la seen wax yi day génne naka la seen wax yi day génne kara fa nekk yeneen leen fa nekk ngeen foog waaye seen wax fa génne because xam nga lan la si loolu nekk si jubla ngeen nekk si lu bon ngeen nekk yéen ngeen am problème Talib Bensouda loolu ko munal dara Rohey Malick loolu ko munal dara Yankuba Dabo loolu ko munal dara xam nga li xew ñooñu ak ñoom danjoo ñooñu dañoo liggéeyal seen xol bi Gambia lañ gis ñooñu Gambia lañ gis they are very intelligent nekk ñu stupid yéen false life yéen ne fa ne di noonu la yéen da ngeen wéradi yéen da ngeen bad luck sax yéen time boo leen yow da ngeen bad luck yéen seen président bu dof boobu Baro lu mu xam dara yéen moom a em yéen ñëpp da ngeen kaaje dof waaye di ngeen ñu fi fekka du ngeen di ngeen ñu dugg si ay compagnie dem leen oñu undaaña yëm ngeen ñëw dara du xew du def nañ leen ko bii mooy gën a garaaw nag yéen wéru leen da ngeen dof yéen da ngeen di génta ngeen di xelaati dof ngeen di xelaatee yéen da ngeen am problème Pa Modou Diop ak Bakary Badji nag mee ngi soo Pa Modou Diop mu dégg ko moom xam na ma xam naa ko xam na ma bu baax xam naa ko xam na ma bu baax toog fii di waxi dof waxi nonsense bari bañ fa fekka du ñu ngee ñëw dañ leen fa fekka yéen fo de daa président Barrow regaluñ ko de regaluñ bi ko sam nga leew kenn duñ mu def nothing nix da ngeen di sonal seen boppa yéen fail yoo ngeen da ngeen fail yéen rusu leen ragalu leen ngeen ne depuis 12 octobre yéen ngi toog di mutuel talib benn pour jël KMC yéen loolu Bakary Badji lan la def Bakary ñu ko jox mu ne ministre of youth su lu mu def yéen doo leen dee ruus yéen seen sëriñ yi dañ leen dee nax seen sëriñ yi dof yooyu ñoom ñoo leen dee waxi dof yéen ngeen dee meroon ci sax ngeen dee meroon ci trop te buggu ñoo mer di génne lu baax dugal lu bon dafa di ngeen di ko seen bugg a jigéen ak seen di ngeen ko fa def di false life wala amee di ngeen ko stop nonsense amu leen dara te amu leen dara ëllëg di false rek di dul rek di bugg a yaaxa yéen di ngeen wéradi yéen xamu leen seen boppa am la ngeen toog Pa Modou Diop Bakary Badji président Barrow ak ñeneen ñi dem leen ngeen toog yéen da ngeen terde xam nga soo leen sàccu doo leen ko mun a meek yéen seen président ba em naa fi am ba si kanam xaaral incha allah rabbi asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatulah barakatuh
iman la fi banko la bi iman la fi banko la sam iman la fi ding la sama la iding la sama iman la fi wala sama sini ite be wulula wol be wulula ni wol ding nata sie ding dol bi wol be wulula ko toto atele na le wole na yal dominate jang e kale santel ding le tam jan albe mun no laje mo nyanta le mira atel mel kanyin kaytol diten ali mira alkana molla kayto ci kal ka di molla mel ma nyanna sotal wala ñim problème o beddu ni ñim bankunga jawrata ñim kaytol fayta janne nicely mol be kayto fayla smoothly no problem mol kalu ne banku ding le be kayto fayla ba ñim masa kunda jawol nata wolle ñun dun afele hasidi adun danda man tema na man benno isaje korda kilin kata mol lonni ñofe carte ñinin hasidi ale tambita wol sidi sise mole diam kammen ngogo weskos beta komal abe koylal albalo nako wesko janno dog dajet jang dog dajelon ne me amura koy be jamol kele la jibolo kon ale ngata fo nga futa weskos wol buka bay yankuba daw inshallah na data allah ta waka kanyel ala la njambo sindin talbe amed bezur the same thing roy malik lo the same thing banko dingli ya lodu la jele mo barka mata telti nal hayntal fanyal ka ko do bonminal kata mul sang ne o jamo men e malle fanna mol fatal lale mol nyawuntal lale wala kenal kata kata sa diakuya nkanu diakuya mo je mo kanu diakuya pour munna diakuya nkanu ya jamo la e man sofa ite ila 6 kilo beta ya be ke dinka 5 kilo ko na boy ta bele kete ya je le to so fala bi ite fo so fala sam walakin dal be ñoo jalay barkantan kum yu mo useless nu al be kafla al be na ko do la 15 amanke dalila kande nda tala bin ta tala sam ala barka be mo be tendula mba jayla ngamuta dama al ngamuta je no backward forward only no problem ala wa kawla ñoo ewul ñoo gana ewde yen de ngeen dof lo rek wande ku dof lo nga jog sa karta Adam Barrow da nga sit da nga tok nga recok bahul nka wala faale mbe kumo mem folale e ka wala ko sando don kol nyama yele wondun den del be musando don kolle bandel la kununda MPP kolti bino be kundole ni mo furun be yayle ma e an bi e lon soku bi e man fellon ni ma fo tapale yani sunyaro ni hasidia ni konnante yade damar sa lonko UDP wala nyim banku mar presidential ye sunyar kesole ke tonya kilim tamaje ni aluma mar njama tonya kilin taman imaje tabaski sibila nying kes akata ken bale fale ya mena sal be mol sunya no la kata fay dulale mol ka sign ka natalle nal molon sofale albo no sensu ko mena mol nyaayelta silan nal kalba continue si bang mbole lalaje carte o jang ya lal ba fo kan ba west coast special ba nyunindi ward buzumbala ndal buka takan nge butong ne lo nie no senso ke yang nge butong ne lo no ngalunda lunda nje ko kana kato fay jang imanke buzumbala dinde manke ba nyunindi ward dinde ndala carte fay sanja wallahi bela kurdo no musolo bela fano ci kala dokol ni kewlo bela kurdo ci kala dokol mbe ku kelel mbe mari butong lo lan tete west time la wala say banko tonko na tonko mbe o muta de ite sitar ite koy mu gambia ding ye gambia ding kayto soto ye senegal ding kayto soto kata kadro fa senegal ye boje na fay gambia ite mu mo fe ñoo mo ha siding banku ding kurung ite de banku mo mo ka kayto di wol ite banku ding fal nyaate ate sonna karto ta ate sonna wo be nyaaw nyaate jela albe bulo kosila baro nom baro e muneke santoto be baro ala baro meno ke dulakele wolom baset o baro baset marseau UDP la wil keme fulal dundaje mama kande la wil keme ni jolle dundaje o ko lato baro natalo bana man ko tay muneke sando nyaanin kol aten mel kata fam podin na afulala hasurwala mandin kala alba afula baro bara ay munekali al wo fo mole ngo mo ma nyanne ifankele bul ko to lawti ala nyaayele ubule sen bot fi aduna bu len tog ki mu ciagat sen helbi hivi nonsense ken warto nangu legi ku neka warna ubi sa bot jamano legi passé na ci lol time bi su jote ñun start na hante ñu ñew jole ay $100 $500 lan moy njariñ lolu lu la njariñ lolu $500 bi so jale legi school boy sa so ko joye amul ben njariñ su students yi sakatuma mag bu mel yow ñu jow na ñu dem naxla ñu jola $500 hip badole yo naka nga mëna nangu lolu nonsense boobu kenn wartoo nangule su gaay jooleen seen xaalis léegi seen xalel la fan la gaay am seen xaalis bi fan la dee gaay am xaalis bi fan la dee gaay am sun xaalis la ñun dañu dem ñaan bitim réew si gaay may leen xaalis ñu ñëw tasaar ñu def ke seen bos su passé loolu bala baro bu ñëw si nguur gi ñaata laa jox yéen joxlu kenn benn xaalis bem pare loolu moo tax affaire bi su starté rek gaay mi ne ñoon dof moo bela ku kambenta wala silam dawo danni no mo man ni luntanne bela sokora danna rade ne karto di ala tapale ya kono ko nyin carte nyi atise sono nyi me kadi abe manke alkalol damant ani sefol eka stampo leta ye foj ye tata atise no ta ya stamp ya di molbo be kalmala say ku jama tamara ni attestation ko nga kalamutal ne aja ba ñunun kol be fan kibrin le be fan selen la moli alon nako ye ko men tabidu mal barabe janjannal alata kayro kele yibe cité ma ñam min ke kan alata kayro kele ñum boko haram MPP APRC yibe cité ma ñam min ke kan wallahi alata kayro ke bebe halakila minaji lan ko maje be dunni ñola malam jata jay men boy ay men fo ala wo so kol men cross capeta bada jidi siata da kaf MPP mo e betanet isila mota ni memmeta ye kaye foy batata mo sina BBB yota ya tamin MPP parti halakirim balum parti norim balum mo manyana kabule nom turube to tedide yesillo lan sillo kanyinya nyoko nyonyinya de nyawnya ni sillo dunda ko rakati nyale MPP mu sillolet senelal wala yalo ne munon sillote hala ko anin tinya o bo boyle kan e ala to sinola ala Hussein Dabo momo ya jam fay ba hala kilal ata bayla batata nyum banko din kendol batata nyum banko alkalkar alkawle nyawal ale nyafita maji ala botal kan sando don goli be min kelate le fo tallale batale alungal ma angiri soto al si kumbo angiri ko la ja farcio ete al nyaade ete
or names once we have here, we allow them to make sure this program continues for them to have this say something or introduce us and extend this also to our listeners outside there. Right in the studio here, we have a very important guest here. Like we have KMC regional chairperson Falang Sonko together with the KMC youth councillor, formerly known as Mr. Bojang. We also have here Modu Navan, who is also the Secretary for Backwater Watch, UDP, but also auditor for Sillah West. These are the guests that we have here. So we would like to also maybe to look at certain issues and data this past before going forward, let me just allow from my far right, Honorable Kemo Bojang to at least have something to say, something about our distance outside there, maybe manager, something like that.
Assalamualaikum mbali mamelan mbal konton mbal jaya mbali mamelan kansulo Kemo Bojang nada jam kadam dum nada ben suda awa Sen FM radio ambiya kalam ko min kiran min tambila alhamdulillah min election ko Kerala ko Kerala sira wal be am ko UDP ben mito alhamdulillah na tamu beto maro kono nani la fa kanji nano kono kilimo mita kan fort le bani wato kan ko no barka suute bari be ko ndanda baken na be na kasulo be do ko menke wala na dake tan ko campaign team woni na regional executive fan lota ka to mo kala fa fa ko kambe wato men ni UDP ni ba coalition ko na chairman of the ka ko atela fulo mo chairman me an ka siran talin fulani UDP but I'm not like what I mean, Mandara College of Mingo Mandara Yoga, Bakela Bafan, and Chairman also the Melu and Yambaba, by a seat and turning Lulu, attendant seat and turning war on the seat and turning from more unprecedented development of Mian Bakela KMC UDP, and the Chairman by for sitting young Falang Sonko, Bafan and Rambaja, and Yamun to be a council TV at home. And not alone Lamon Betia Paticon, Betia KMC, and may have been Suda Fala, and I came over for the council, and I mean Fala. And I'm jamming for the habit for so by ten plan be jaila ko fala kodron ne tan do ne jay gambia mo be akalam to nyam ka tan wando setan do ne jay molu e ndamal ko bari be yalla ko gambia ko to ne yalla do ndam ko kamalam ba fule amana ba thank you very much.
Thank you very much Kemo expression. Let me just have also two underneath Sonko, the regional secretary general, the regional chairperson, UDP, KMC. So,
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The Gambia be control, the KMC be control, the Wilcoin Pokato, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kemo yemo for Abaraka, Dunia Unity, the Yapan Metro, Inshallah, Limbo de Gamoso, the Nobel Keta, Captain the Yokola Bancola interest, Colemunda interest, Bancola Sama, Nato funding kill that Sama, Colemunda interest, in the Bokola Wiccan. Banco Dimolo, especially funding kill the had no been a Banco. More a doko, a Purina Bancola Sama, but more can new to see in a Puntella Sama, Teta Mala Sama, and it's a regular. You could need butter, Ibadi Mambo, ni bote tiri mambo ni bote kafi mambo to alimbe ga nyati limbanko la mebe banko ko limbanko bota mobe bota to alimbe ga nyati limbanko surtout funding kyo abala fa warata ni nga mo ka foko ikatai ka funding kyo na carte o san dara sikeme lulu bi wo be mo da fala munela me ya don ko hani tili kilim do mo ramasi isi mo du ko animen no fana ka ye ni la ba Nyaton ko ni lafta mol ye lafi do ko ke mol ye ta wala kam image KMC ye yin me fote to nya dolla tinda ko na tabar fana ye do ko me alhamdulillah rabbil alamin na même espèce ali wala ki Nan ye do kuoke aka sama dial bawo ni ade campaign so na aka to travel ana do ku kelole kabrin tal dia responsibility ta ya lo dulata kansilo ye lo dulata image kabrin murta yendam ko do men be involved men ka fo mol ma wojibe mol ye la samala jibe jama be je wala te faona ila te la samala ila te la dimba la samala wala ye radio programme pour la samala pour ka mol kulindi ka itandira ko samale na fa soko nin sama kanada ko nin ko be kanada be kanada alaji bendro alkol la wato sadina bari do la tay mo nal ko nin ke ya wato ni la ta mo le ke ni ka visa otumo bagwe ma soto ni aje ni bagwe ka soto visa le barnatra nuko visa ten ni UK tema visa ten ni Sweden tema visa ten ni France tema muna ten ni dima ta bagwe la moti ta bagwe la so lafta aussi pale murudi na Gambia mo horma bankoti munya bankole dum bankole me yalo ko mon kana ndiro la le ka pen soto da oto ngati ko banko dimol kana janta pen soto no le la banko kan oto mbeda da jabura assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Side, when you Michael, Naba.
Baraka bake ben hamba fala folo a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin bi ala tentula na pati alfalbe toyala bawo min kitam be ngalong be lamoy laale be konton nambe tentula be jayila ela lamoy ku nyimmala e mina men ke kanten San FM ke haklo blande ko be San FM le lamoy ka honorable Kemo Bojang honorable Falang Sonko contenta bake pour nika platform o sea kadiamo bankola ko la men boko UDP inshallah kumoto be nyaaka.
Thank you very much. That is Secretary General or Bakote Watch, Naba. Okay, didn't want to feel a San FM 90.5. I'm not able to say more. Didn't want a chairman limbo in the digging info. Yakana fi timbi benfi talk Touray KMC Touray carry benfi la why can Touray askan because of tay social law inga xamne mom la chairman bi wax ndaw yi ñoy magi elek ndaw ñoo gëna am solo ci réew ndaw ñoo ko solo c'est parce que of this okay da nga gis ne tay ci kaw lolu baax na trop pour ndaw yi tamit di feeñ ci politique di ràññee politique bi ko xam bu baax naka lañ ko war a dox te yu mel noonu la fi nekk di dara boo ko ne si li mu wax si soose su ma ko déggee soo ko seetloo tey ndaw yi di dem di jóg baax bi mënu ko waral naa yaakaar naa ne loolu su amee dafa mel ni because of fii soo jógee ko fi demee la foog nga am visa soo amul visa boo tukki te dem soo tukki bi ndaw yi tamit mënuñ koo ñaataale because of dañoo dem pour secteur bi dina passé soo ko seetloo waaye it's always difficult te liñ foog ne tamit mën na leen see mën a génne mooy ne definitely jiitu fi su ne su fekkee ne am nañ a very reliable government bi nga xam ne definitely am nañ impact woos si ndaw yi bàyyi leen xel bu baax di sóoraale seen xëy di taxaw tamit seen jafe-jafe di leen di defend seen intégrité seen diggante outside country si pour things mun a yomba soo da ngaa gis ne toog ñu façon commune boobu suñ ko amee definitely dafa mel ne loolu am solo léegi nag nit dina melaw soo ko seetloo li disregard this local government election comme ni ñu wane mooy definitely KMC Kemo one in KMC the one in the UDP said administrative political ministry is really going well and they are doing well because people are watching, the people are acknowledging of whatever things that they are doing. That's why I can sort of say out of 19 seats, 19 wards, UDP was able to run at least the whole lot of the 16 seats.
Right.
This means calculated 80% of the election in KA.
Yeah.
So it's won by KMC. So now they are my director, Honorable Councillor, Honorable Councillor, my friend, my everything. More than more optimistic from Luke Chairman, who said, Lala Moyo is what we are doing on the thing. I'm not a content and make takes into account the quality and the take all of sources, everything very windy the elections in Mijala, we have the Canitra, the Giala, Alhamdulillah, the Christmas. The Yorafol, my Gambia more force. Despite any other thing acts. Ki nga xam ne li nga xam ne mooy tax suñu réew mi mën a jëm kanam loolu am solo la te loolu nag kenn jiitu si ndaw dinaa bàyyi mbaay bi rek to am na lu Kemo ko
Okay, just to clarify, show me that si so sala waroon xew. waaye xam naa understand naa ne waaw. waaw so dinañ try ñu cabaxal ko. waaw pour déglu ko di ñu yow boo waxee si olof ñun soose. pour ñu di understand ne rek ne programme soose la. waaye du ne comme dañu bañ a laakas olof. waaw so comme Mr. Job yemem for drum the molten lambe jay do line na bi jang ko danol bari most importantly na dame na fana wala ka molten do ke jay ka to ndol tam fan kala no place ko molle ka findi carte fa ni pour no place ngol fala en fana do ko mel ke wala tin carte fa ni lan no kon na do ko men dati mba continuer la non bari alhamdulillah fana na je ko na sanyi dulu on focus standard kam ba ke wala on human development wala ka jibe ko balo be sonya la nyame ano senera kala nyama ni kudol rana ni aji ben na pol sama na be mol ma fere nyame wan wala kon mbalit trucks na mel sama na bloka no bon disate ko fala nyaw kala man ni aji ben ba ko te dom sa na je fence ma do ko la je ta le fala ye mbali pak sol mel do kam pour kam mul lay yirwa sama no bari na ñing 5 years ngana dum men kono inshallah ka dum kansuro le kam meyo sem den so ndaka men fo bi handing alaman tankala ning election o tata to mala fata nyami wala UDP le be kansuro ni manam ko hani kay ka dum ita fenkela no as a mayor ita buga fenkela no dadi la kansuro no so there's nothing as executive gonne ne am moy do be diam kan radio to yaram ni man ko don fi samo ni ninka bari man ni ninka ro ke be diam na don ka kabin resolve findita bo kara do la moli interview diga foko ning hanni itol gagné tan meyota itol ba ko kala with executive power or executive order or man so local government local executive power or executive order ka so president da mala sembos mais ko keno ni be do kala feni la council de sembo and no council fana voting right la dem bi nyaaji be sa siran tan ni konon to be kon UDP siran tan ni woro gagné akamna siran saba do mo wala gagné ando siran sabol fana konon jigira nyaawonya kilimide o mun no mo han na wala rapati kini nyaawonya ka do na do ko kede sanjilu andon to na ka chala na lo na so gagné na da carte fay menna jigira ko mba gagné la council ni ko gagné la or when it comes to decisions nyaaje bi me do ko be keno council la ka ni council ni ngadi yalla kana council ni drive kana ka ko samba ka carte fay ni dara general council do ko da kala but a 5-point agenda na wala soto nimbe dum ka 2021 we had a 5-point agenda ka be ka 2021 election presidential election ndala manke modi me ko mon plan sa policy so na plan sa ando 5-point agenda kilo ni wala na repete pour na mayor election andum UDP local government programs lesson so program kilo member KMC wala ba West Coast wala ba LRR wala ba Kuntawur wala ba Basse wala ba Janyamburi wala Banjul kilo infrastructure development housing na je ko luwaso da pala ni ba ka do moneke da urban rural migration mol ka bo santo de kana jam mol ka bo batara ba ko de kana Gambia ni na ta Gambia ika simin do capital de kasi won ni do la capital de KMC wala economic hub atin na luwaso da pala mol ma so de batala da men KMC in the next 4 years under Lord Mayor Talib Ahmed Bensouda lafta apartment or do la même apartment wulilu andu ñing na feasibility study kede na jelo ka ba kala no bala nan na ni plano nan to buga si doron kan dayal ka diam ka to namo e ni de so kono mo do ka fu ate foundation le ka Marcelo ja men ka 5000 abu force ka ba kala ba ko te dom site okay o man possible ni ba wala dom site so rombi ibe dom bin kala min are you going to start the same problem somewhere else no yes secondly amari me ni amari man to la stadium mo renovate no amari stadium ko lo Gambia abita même me wala under his domain aba ministère la wato menna na waytan mam play bi banko kan sanji sawa katum mam paxol fonso do na waytan play la dani waka lobi waka fonto le ko atay ko do so from somewhere abe Marcelo lan to le with 5000 stores fo ya ngara fo gambe no mo kun tere wala so ñu mo kulle me ngo mo ñanti hakilo la je ba ko politician kana do ke dal jele ka diamale ñanta tamila wala ko ko man gambe muta si no me muta fo mo bina ibe kumol fo la ñem man mo ta hakilo la dana
So until landing 5,000 housing units, kabrin na feasibility study ke. Na financial sort of le miyanko be lori ni kam battle pour re-elect. Na land sort of le kato land bi jele miyanko council properties le mani council lands. Miyanko say development. Na plans also le board final load kato until la project Jamal side. Me make ka wala ko we are moving into a limited liability company. Wala ko kaje ko every project me mensa banana. Mba board le londi lai about financial management sort. This is because ndolga men fo wala ko. Politician on nyanta political killer. Governance la nyanta governance. The reason we Gambia problem on the kato na politician on letani funding na do government fund. Do go man because all of them are partisan. Be for example, it is a private individuals. They to the head of that now housing project. It because under expertise in architectural design and engineering and in how urban planning and housing. It is a do killer. But in terms of politician, how can the kaito but not sort of in a certain field. They public management, they history, they political science. The end samana into a place now where it has to do with technical things. I'm going to fail. And don't be Gambia one, but I run until in the development of the Samana. One will in urban housing, will Gambia, and you go on Mafo Cordan. At the moment they understand. Apartment complexes. So what Akata Center is a quality loan apartment complex. Boy, for example, is one. B near also when we are on a limited liability company. Now boss KMT. Well, on California Municipal Transport Service. Of an limited liability company, board chairman of the board. Third one, KMM, well, California Municipal Markets. Of Anambala own because na Marseille 19 less than KMC. But now you can sign, KMC like economic hub. Lafta na funding ke la muso ye dula de sila dame be dunna dame be 8 new markets na la fala nin kan ne anta ba kala private sector empowerment dina okay o fana ngara own board to the KMMT Country Municipal Markets Limited Liability Company Demba wato Alagie just 2 months ago me plano bondi atani to be silo men do ko la KMC o fana we are going to walk on 3 kilometers of road inside KMC to complement the work of the OIC roads. Karo UDP intol kan nyo karani men na wala mko nimbang pola development nata. Regardless of mayor sa Faisal Mari support ka. Wala na alpha lota ni national development plan ya defend ya support kabribe government. Karo njikita ko a plano no men sa Gambia sa manonya. Unfortunately kabribe tol bondi government na jela NDP more le wa do fon fon. But it can ning OIC roads so nyako Saudi government and Saudi fund will last sponsor masa kunda ko legend. But in the local KMC, but taxpayers could not have neither silo did a feeder roads. Many along but attached to these OIC roads, Katamina, Sony and the Modi. The other one is waste management. The waste management of that is in the first half, but not completely. Because we waste mukodolity. Bangudolka waste recycle. Cycle. So we can need waste for we want to add value to the waste. Social employment model can now waste ka manage. Isaje no in bimbani kudo melaka. Molbula. Kudo aliaje na bongolo ke bakore domside. Molo ba nye alkabolo si bakore domside. Ha. What 2 reasons are hydrant. Fire hydrant. Problem on Gambia in Demba got a fire service bina doli kana bugata ila tango ka empty. Lafta hydrant kila ba kwa downside. Isaje ning interfon kan Nigerian farm for the killing. 2 Nimoli Hagilo to Babylon side ban and the Euro Lekki. But Euro meant there are 2 things because gas emission like a Babylon side. Cartoon no Jamal Levy, so gas for Iran Dimba Mara. But the Euro can make a carbon dioxide le produce. Or carbon dioxide, a gas in Kelly. So it creates a good pH level. So it's a gas at a toxic level of fire Dimba. Thirdly, water table level. Unfortunately, carbon Babylon side made a big in the 80s. Ala kujama toxin jama absorb ta banko nyen kon bari ni yiro lu fenkeje ala rutsol ka menke e ka water body nyen fana clear so mbeda na jam folo nan ko panel sol so ifana diam impare dan na katani yirwandi
thank you very much Kemo Bojang for a wonderful statement. So let me just allow also to model
Naba. Abaraka bake ntakawa to bake honorable Kemo la nying analysis session la comme nying cool mi riwa cool mi ngayefo comme ketala ani meni mina kela nying kam yitan dintela wala nyinde ko Gambia la problemo yara fa UDP le solution so bawo Gambia la problemo courant sabala be Gambia courant follow wala corruption courant flanjam wala misplaced priority wala Kenya lombalia courant sabanjam wo fango serious sabak wala courant sabanjam me yalon ko nyaton kaya ala vision wala buka sama nyato si nyaton ko ni buka sama nyato si ite buka kula katano nyenye membe foja amanjere ngamuru ka banni ajube sama nyato si obije because be afele de luaso be kola alu womu Gambia la problem wala so ni nyanta 5,000 houses lola moje lebo occupy la ate lori anu amanke komi tata dani le bari taxpayers fangol la kodo ye wala use pour ka multiply ka burundi yafa ay dom side la kumofo be nga jele nyin tili sabol kono mo fundita comme aya fo nyame woko abe je falin na la abe marketol lo la jebe 5,000 stores and 2,500 stores wala fana la Alagie bar wallahi inte biringa ko mo fota ni bitema ni molu men nga engagement o so ke nyininka men ya lon ko wol imanke politician la bar expert le moyti in those areas e ko nyeko is impossible abe men noma wala nyinde kam molu minindi kam molu tournendi pour nyin kambala mole quartier dila nyin kammala ni mole quartier dila e toliena men diate yoke nyimbanku kan ninga tonya fonyo tonya United Democratic Party le solution so because muneka ite banko la solution lon no la ni man banko kan because ni banko kan lo tumo le be sile ye mira mune nyante kala simfanya dinte nyante menkela nyin kamala nga sama betel bawo ku mata baga so ngani kuran sabol men fo UDP ye boro sotala so nin Gambia nol be la moy kan ngaje kon to la courant moment wala corruption hoti wala tapalaya fulanjam wala lack of vision na nyaton ko buka sama nyato si anu nit nyaton ko la jero danta nyina la doyte ka men jetili bulo wote ti fingital men nyanta nala sama nyanta mira le nyanta lo na nyanta plan sabanjawo ko be ngafo e nyame wala munti man buka nyaton ko pour ka sama mira ako mata pour ka corruption o kele o fana ko mata bari inteni te misal ben intela mansari te inte mako ngeta mansa sama ite corruption o nkonte mutala nyeso nkonte kitindela ngavonta ni nyine politiko ke o ka banko la tinya ban ni mol ya jenteni telente mako political filo ko fankita mansa ina to corruption o ke banko tinya nte meta nyin kama pour ye nte mako ko e banko mako so ite makeku nyante mutala nyeso nge prosecute nyeso sama dota kala umu example ot me alonko ni yake sama mota comme honorable Kemo boja ya fanyame na keba bijam honorable Falang Sonko ba fanan sola ay commande
honorable Sonko yawan ni bodu tawa ali Kemo boja na diamo
nse wota baki katko na nyine expect ito bawo ibota pati yomen kono ani be alfa men ko bawo nga kunun jele ni be tabila be sama walika bari yakuma kilim ko jande woyente balo fa baki ay mira katu kila ko sallallahu alaihi wasallam tastai al insan fasna mazid al haya wa khayr kulli shay faman la haya la khayr fi e asikenye kawa kuti asikenye balapati asikenye nebia kuti na tra bakari bada maloba sonno mo kono ake mira fo nyanta no le banka ko mo le ko ale kara pa place la subo nate si haje kanalo ka ko mo le ko meni kelale me maso stadium to mo ne be international match ngata play outside ate ko abe ministère de mon meloka il est fait man qui est sorti fa pa on ka ko abana mo sambala port aussi murna ko ka ko mo le ko al KMC dintela ani KMC yaje ko ni sanni nano ko no nyato tamen be KMC ani miro men fota ani plano men be meuble ya no ko kilin fo na somal ning moye londo soto fulan jawo anata ke londi titi me ya lonko aya fanno amanke hadu men dumati asi kubo na fanka wato la nata place o pour ka kubo ba ko dumaka to mo ya hakki du tari to Gambia dimol nyante hakki tu la tari to la ni UDP la leadership wole kubo no fanka ne wol man na place ni la ko ngam fam baraka ni na place wol baraka tale jani be place o ni bar banko la situation o wolat ne ko alim paranga tewsi banga banko bonni ni ko ndui ba kelo ne katuna miratal bi sample se 4 years nimbe ala membe to ya preni ala tema ay menke KMC anyo na manso very good administration yes anyo na manso ajibe folo ay muneke ay mo be samara keke baklim ndum banko titano ko made ni ko ngagambia doku fombe ngaso ngake baklim tinga doko ke membe banko samala yako altali la post principle jibe ako corruption aka wole kel nanga kuma kilim foya menke asita me asira on kadro ye mobile phone fulale sambaye ikai ko ni akoy ko ni ikai ko no nyine jam adot ni any mayor nata or any deputy mayor nata nka mobile phone le sam ka sambe na akoy ko ni mobile phone bi ikai ko $40,000 each one fulo ni $80,000 akoy yo alala ya landi ayala dinu ko akai ko tamate to ye ni fulo ni ka ka sambe Otata na ataka nyimfuno each one just $20,000. Wallahi. Each one $20,000 na kasawo. Laho. Agivendro itole an order $20,000 lawaka. Ya sambai. Extraordinary. Nayo muta nutoni ba te kana problem wala. Bari asitale kaol fire killing menu korto kabunda so killing. Alagie vendro membe KMC la total revenue annually for 117 million. Yes. BI will increase up to 400 million. Yeah. Aliamira this salary and other 5 years KMC muna bekena. No more me ya lonko, londo le babu, ake mira le ayala plano bese adamna. Wo leadership siva le bebu, ake mira le ayala plano bese ayadeda ayana ko mole kom ngani ne habe ngani atra ya beto ben ayadu pa bisi. Alagie be wolunga mo ni aje kabri UDP government ni KMC sita amadu e nuna follow ke pour na poro wala Gambian niot ni be banko la wala na poro atata ye Dubai arrangement pour Dubai binale kad na poro lo up to standard yalo ko West Africa ja na poro le be kila number 1 in the sub region before Senegal na continent kaji Gambia ja bar biaji be munekata adama ye bang ni ya noma ka ko munat ne man so ni ta ko Chinese le ko be poro lo la nyaka ko ko be sula la leba ifele be OIC conference center lo fo ni poro le be sula la hadi ka be munekata bin na poro man fa na ka wol be fila ka ta ji Senegal sai le be ne to ci kan ka ko ila ta poro Espagne munat ne man so la kunu yebo interest so to hosta ka banku dimol fondi kayrola wala na bi ni ngaji fondin ke mira ka ko ka adama le sembe biya ime fam kanu ime la dimba kanu ime Gambia fana kanu ka to adama te Gambia ke no la nyama na man ke koleati amin kolea fewal men da kala fa la ta plan ko atele ko janni be ni ka do ko me mali boto kala ke no worola bi ay mo ne boto ke no jelle fewal men da kala fa mu ne noje na man la faro ke ja ay mu ne noje la faro men ka mu ne noje ye responsibility mo la man kudute ko ke te batandi ke dundi jihado ni nyano ko fo kala mun ko de fondin ko tawli iko ka campaign ko wole pour ka sembe tuya momo yake man la fi Gambia la e man la fi Falang e man la fi la Cairo fanala de man la fi Gambia la Cairo that's the bottom line definitely momo ke mirala o to kam mire balo kato adama yi se failure ate banko samanola ate banko ke no la nyama anala ku fula nyama men bala fa wata nka ko ya jame bari ya jame masa kunda control hanna bi sunya ro kala da malaka bar bi fufuro le be keri mo be le ka sunya ma ba ko do kula wala dunni su ke so ko no bi mo man sila mo bukanya ko jibe ikabi ne adiate nyame man ko ye gambe bedu ni problème ko adiate mi yakwata do ya fili ye bedu ni problème ko man solution so saban jaw kabrin gambe lota asiata biata na kurama be marali pawlen biya be senegal ni wole na bunda so mi kala nya
bata
ye gambia ta ye moge kandi senegal bi ni senegal ye kurama bunda so mi kala nya hanni senegal na tabi adama te la fam bawo tole na everything control na ni la tabi atela la pamul wonte masibot nto ni la banko bar bi ni la tabi adama te la pamul wonte masibot ko gambia ko lo ali ngam fam krosi ngam panjibe ni men la ta gambia la samala libina le tafu UDP ma sa ku dalo ni
Thank you very much, Falang, Chairman. Listeners, as the saying goes, as we all know, we into our profession as journalists, we always go with the fundamental principle, which is always the state of the facts, nothing more than. Before I would allow Kemo Bojang to also continue with this expression, I would just like to also emphasize on a few things in regard to also the program here. Wow. Thank you. From Munyore, see Olof, to make sure that the simultaneous we have the moment and the KMC. While you know what Chairman Falang, Sonko Mufi, Councillor Kemo Bojang, and also to Modu Tawa. While you know what to guard money, administration will answer the Gambian young people. It is also very important because they can be Ndawi no constitute 60% so what's share. Then Ndawi 65% wow. Okay, so what's share law? 67 something like that. You understand? Okay, so what's share law? Ndawi constitute 67%. No one can make it. The definition of slaves so then it's better at this point in time. It's fair enough to make sure you buy some help in regard to this mayoral elections coming. You buy some help there. Administrative work ki nga xamne dafa nekk di def ak ki nga xamne dafa bëgg def te mëna ko nekkul be o ki nga xamne mu ngi already ci yoon bi ak ki nga dafa am just li plan santé mënul xamagul naka la ko mëna implémenter fi dafa bàyyi war ñu bàyyi xel nation li ci amaan fa lay Sonko wax lu am solo te social law very frank difficult Gambia we should not rely on Senegal for our energy to make sure we function effectively. Loolu is not daw na yaram trop wax nañ fi affaire infrastructure développement tey soo seetloo tamit affaire yi luwaas si dëkk bi fii métti na trop difficult ndax tey soo seetloo comme tubaab baax KMC fii comme tubaab baax tey moo nekk place bi nga xam ne képp ku jógee si àll bi soo ñëwee fii nga bëgg a toog make sure nga am daal am jaam am lu ko environnement make sure ne nga mun a def sa liggéey pour développe njëriñ sa réew mun a jëriñ sa réew sa famille tamit waaye tey soo ko seetloo yii yëpp erreur si nga xam ne tamit soo ko xoolee si biir Gambie bi tey erreur su laaj yi nga xam ne tey nit ñi ñu koo fii tey rek when I was coming to work in the afternoon maa ngi come across two people in the field bi ñu ma bàyyi ma fen ñu ma complain about in fact courant bi war nañ see wax because the issue regarding mbiri cash power dafa nekk li nga xam ne si dëkk bi nekk ñu ko tegatuñ ko si yoon léegi da ngaa jënd cash for $1,000 nga ñëw ñu bindal la service bi $1,000 boo behind it soo demee nga dugal ko nga gis ko seen
no come so
just now so two people from Tallinn will not complain about
come so you like $350
yes.
You get 246 kilometers
so it's mean that the load will be hectic now
definitely
so you never just sample about it as journalists it's only the reality nga xam ne mooy wax ñu dañ fi nekk to raise the voice of the voiceless to make sure they stand for the voice the strength of the weak then as far as things noonu la fa demee lu nekk am na lañuy responsible man I will take it as a point of view responsible pour sa nawet try to see maybe their PR public relation officer to make sure any on board asking about the receipt then they clarify about so dem naa ba ànga ñoom si loolu soo ko seetloo tey dëgg bi métti na trop yëpp dafa seet te everything loo gis lu nekk la moo neexut a wax waaye dafa nekk in the hands of the police waaye dal we Gambian young people now we supposed to be who's supposed to know about the way forward and the possible solution really people desire in KMC We understand that in the provinces, when you go to the provinces, some people do not aware very well. But here, if you have the understanding, how many political needs, how many development. So definitely, social or not a fee. You decide the only possible solution for this country is supposed to be unity. It's more areas. Because definitely, seats needs determine. I'm not how many you talk, they're politicians, but they know where and how to design, and who is the designer. And that's what exactly happened to UDP in this election.
Exactly.
So in this election for UDP, they make progress of whatever the number of seats they won during last election. This time around, so settled. You understand? So they went up to something increase on top. So definitely it's a one clear movement test to need electricity. KMV, they are aware of what is going on, and some of them definitely they are tired of also to see certain difficulties in definitely munition very way forward. So we want after that, okay, fee, whatever program in it's just why the moderator himself is not here, and then for us to move your effort, can they go for the program So when I think that's most of them bigger said why is a hard fact to which you talk to discuss about more happen within KMC and the administration of Malik Ahmed. So now by Honorable Councillor Kemo Bojang, we will continue in the other side of the man. We're gonna make enlightenment of our listeners.
Bari wala ron ka mo la fa na mera nem fana important na program forum ko sign and kilo that na men ke do mo force halfless the half time la sign na dia la ni nomination mo hala membe kala me first me mo be kuma lamba fle ko tisha ko ba sot la nyanga sot la nyam ko sot la nyanga sot la nyam urum be na findin be ben KMC karwa abi ñu IC building alors me tala Ahmed Ben Souda nominate no holiday long ba kala me first let me de me mo be kuma la yana findina but fana mba fala mo fana ko from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock my nominate wala mo me nomination ba fala mo fana ko na ni na mo le kacha ndol ala ma ko le kanelo wa fo man fale atun adama aman scandal so mo ta accuse padi mo ta manya na mental mo me ya accuse ani yantol accuse sunya ro ala ye be man billahi be tenkere woro we mental ni woro ko control kabin sita ken sanin bi temen be mo la ko na ji so ndol la campagne dal ka kanyo haklo blendel ndoro na do ko me ke lor meta ame be sura la leadership bana nya ko ya ko ka findi mo campagne ka tan ko nyinne kala nin sita and on na campagne is going to be based on programs, it's going to be based on the policies we have and on the modo ni modo ka jala wonna modo be menna to man haj so to and na ya be bute la ne kosile kan so la election on be kosile ko tay ado mo man rasino la sa fana même fu ko ya mo be la kan 2021 election on na fo mo le ka bin abanya ko alben nganya la bal mal sunya la bal min ka kala ya election tan bita na ta akakan dala buri nda kala nyawanya nka ko mbere ni mbango kan nka num marché manam fedam UDP le fedam NPP marché manam fedam UD APRC nka karambuan molom nka la bilanol molom nka mbere la la kilo bari alhamdulillah ni mbiya jira ko na Kenya bari na ni nganyo fa mentally especially KMC ni aji be ka do mo nyanda me on sala wala ko you are in Sierra South Manfred's Road on photo wala bari ni aje Sierra no so le Sierra fulo so NPP Sierra je bracket je bari populated area le dani is have a council Sierra KMC West Coast and in LR Sierra North North na watana fulo usually basewi Sierra South Wind and in Banyu and in North Bank Fanana it will Sierra something like that so ngoyemen tan ni nawlam ko bari niaji popular vote wala ko nie carte final be la nyoka imale ta Sierra parliamentary wa ko no dalle dan carte kebe flan but local government election ko ni dan carte wulta anin wulta ni flan so yemen tan ya tade ko gameno ya jere bembe ke and niaji be commercial center Gambia commercial center UDP level ni haji be kana Gambia la most populated center UDP la kala gani ay mentandi wala ko Gambia no parede le kay Gambia no nyere UDP tolona man sa ka don dol ka mo le hani well ani mamu fo bari même fo mon IC la
chairman of the world Mustafa Kere atata freedom museum jana afa 1996 ako usen dawla gani yes and kabrin ning electoral targa kabrin presidential committee and in team parliamentary kada ñul ko to le wuli 400,000 votes men so maji katung ila sino yendan sila kilen parliamentary but overall vote ni ata popular vote dalle ni nara ning local government election of sira lulle ban niti and wo sira lulo fana mbe ajala ka nyame but popular vote ne dan 12,000 plus votes I went at the Gambian or Parika UDP Mansande Nadia Mansande Kato Unta come for the local government councils from Bandu for Bassett ye do working Yatani le menno andu wala na bi mol fana nyati lintan andu mol nyaame kilina na ka na logo men de ba continue andu tay jikita bi ko mayoral in banjul ma soto la ne mbi jikita ko rohi malik lo be gagné la jikita ko tali ahmed nasra gagné la inshallah jikita ko yakuba dawo be gagné la jikita ko landen sana be gagné la jikita ko malik so be gagné la jikita ko alaji silla be gagné la jikita fode dañu be gagné la jikita malamin bojam be gagné katum na jele andu na no le kasikeni anyimole do ko local government dol aka kamenti ini member kon kelen katum to len na ando le ajele do la dol be foda men na gambe kon nim na mol man ta carte fayro wala en batam one because mo jamari gis na santo be manta yeah two, yes mo do ka carte fay mo do ini men fo manta patike kade ka ko na lonne mo do baga no be je ban jigi da ko na ni mayor ni kan chairman le do ko men wala gambe no be mo do be na
thank you very much you councillor li nga wax moom seet na leer na te yaakaar naa suñu mbokk dégg ko soobee ñu ñëw toog wax xam ne li nga xam ne wax ne waaye li ñoo def rek bala maa jox ko Fala ay Sonko xam naa ne ubbi line si ñu alaaw ñi nga xam ne dañu ko contribuer tamit ne suñu xoolee mën nañoo contribuer suñu mani tamit mbokk yi fi la seen FM 90.5 number to call mooy 7480480 3856262 3856262 or you can call us also to 9688234 9688234 6702611 seen FM radio 90.5 ñu koy am unity platform nga xam ne nii ñu ngi discuss about this election issue ak Gambian session together with political also issues yi nga xam ne regards yi nga xam ne it's very important Gambian si so ñu mën a so lu wax si waaye xaaral ñu dem ak first caller bi rek anyway yeah. Hello caller. Yes, hello. Right. Hello. Hello, hello. Kemo, hello.
Hello. Yes. Hello. Kami nabaraka bagi. Thank you.
To the mic.
Amin.
Amin.
Thank you very much. Nabaraka bagi. Allah baraka. Thank you. Amin. Alhamdulillah. Abamaila Allah baraka. Thank you. Amin. Thank you. Allah baraka bagi.
Okay. Hello, caller. Okay. Number to call is 7480480 3856262 9688234 6702611. Fila sa FM radio 90.5 nga call to meet kung nga make sure nga bokk sa biir program bi. Thank you very much. Oku Fala. Kemo dégg nga leen explain about developmental plans yi nga xam ne tamit ko am loolu mais xale ak def su la def na mais pare tamit bokk na si tamit tey si tey ñi nga xam ne moo waral ndawi Gambien si génne tamit gis plan bi nga xam ne tey si tey moo taxaw pour KMC mun a tarif members the mono continue about this program ko nga wax suñu lagi sorté tamit election bi nga xamné mo naka ngeen plané cette affaire distinct bi ñu affaire nomination bi ñu on the first naka ngeen plané naka ngeen nekk prepare something like that ndaw yi daal seen génn bi ak yaay continue nga am yoo fi nekk ko ñu mën a wone rek definitely ñu di si nga xam ne yooyu leen am councillors tamit Talib Ahmed Ben Sudah tamit mun see génn daal parce que moom mooy tey si tey loo gis rek am na njiit waaw te lii dafa firnde ne definitely liggéey bu rafet mu fa nag moo tax UDP bi nga xam ne ñu ko tros rango ko li nga xam ne mooy doole yi ñu doole na yeneen councillors ko yàlla def na daal tey gis ne UDP almost all the councillors sits tey so no gisee loolu nga am pour wax ndaw yi
waaw même ko bala fa warta je yen ko men fote me yen balo balo je wala nyimti ko Gambia funding kela ila ko be bala fa bale da ito lel kata bagbi ito lel niyo katije ito lel be do ko niyo bata ni alo nyimba ko kanja bi funding ke lel ko abala fa warta ni amo ko ikana ka funding ke ika $500 di ito lel le kela kato sa funding ke aliye mira no funding ke me ko tan ako fonga Gambia funding ke nyaaji ofita atele 20 million project lo ja put funding ke yeah bi wo funding ke instead ye Teo City ye bula Talib no mo praye la balo fale iko ke ya bi nyone ne te kele tawla ya le kere ba o ni aje nte tata kaso wo tu mon tol hani announcement bukari dio so to mbasa balada announcement o damade bukari dio so to mbasa balada ni tata Mr. Sillah radio station no même Costa Road announcement nga wala samba je yala radio station no soro fa porta tata exact announcement o dama bukaso wato len to be kelo la kujin freedom so wala nan tan Allah kaso la barbi alhamdulillah rabbil alamin radio station je le bija imagine opposition le bija be kachara be more informed whatsapp auto bi jumale ba fula ko you are not informed atekeri tawla ya le be keri nde barka ko ma inform wote jeri woto MPP wo ala le ndoko ala le nato la o kandro ay tuo ko bawo ni ajibe kabrin presidential carte fa botala akai Gambia benemi abinta blade it MP 500,000 ay wala deal akoye ta dipte ya sirawi ndela bito yalo ga jeli 35,000 35,000 yene mira out of that atebe 18 tebe 16 woto kodole 500,000 ole for each MP yin councilor menta mitate na moy for every councilor do ba for 350,000 barinde la councilor ken sida for racing na ole organize momo 5,000 na ole dila ani ticket on wa nga 15,000 ticket ne dila pour ya wa pila wodo do le 4,000 ticket ne wa pilo do 10,000 do 7,000 do 8,000 na man kyot but you only 20,000 ne dila from the party na 10,000 di dipa kunda dipitola ani waha but sere kunda jena marse ngala na 10,000 di wo mo fulo la only 20,000 member ta party obo but I have almost 16 out of 19 no itola korole right now ngamo ko kununko ibota meeting ole ko ye 20 million le allocate for KNC pour ni chairmanship carte ko bari ben tar la jam kati asolata mulle saje e mantene mo ka ko sumo ninno way nyaakri do do ba do na le même tere nungalo de ninno be suno botala fabe borla le bang fabe kulale bayla ma do baraba do na le même ke abado na le même ke so wala funding ko lokko yem balaka ni la play power la play la samara wallahi na UDP mbe ku kala ja wallahi motita ba go fotan ke inshallah me yem niyo ku ya dro uselu dabon ka ala dadila kana koto jamin ba in the state house wallahi na yomen bal ani lolo men bal I wish sembo bala wato men nana tatala dawda ta wata jam soto wata men ke ta ablay wada Senegal ngamra wala ke la Gambia fana nan ni ralo ana manan dum abata la koto bari wallahi ay ngani yo men soto nyim banko ay ngani yo men soto nyim foninke ngon dol bele yalo men kan sino balian ni nga foninke o jebe sofa kan bari usedu dabo damma na na fami alhamdulillah akamuna ni nte kamuna ni tali kamuna ni do kamuna ni mo Gambia do pleta ni na realize bari do ku ni la bi usedu dabo dunia sita pa ila dunia ka usienu da me international appointment so $10,000 aya tuja ya di mokote na ku Gambia ni jata nyo wo nyawa so so kabiri na first election lose the second election ni ya jabe ya over $10,000 wo mana salary ta la alawat na ku don matija aya rije ako Gambia hani kabi Gambia non mari ya lasto usienu mo sifatuma wallahi abala power ni na ta mo kelsa on ben yalo ko man kuno e faye ite kubo no le fanka parko ka kubo mo ka parko ka kubo banko ka yalo banko de fiat mo meye kubo na fanka wala ka kubo no ala banko ka bar mo men ban kubo na fanka o si kubo no banko ka londinte mirante darajan oto usenu dabo mo fenyon tawte ala e gabe non hadje no bar halikabi mo furno mo kenson wole ko be usenu tinyale ne ko mo la mo si wono
itano wala
imaje hani ka bati darajo ka wulle ito le kadibe ni ala sonta ka nomination bida na UDP lo nyame ni ala kititala iko on the 1st of May ni ala kititala sur la tête la manko na chairman na ya compinol na yusol mbe beten to la mbe ya la bafola ya animbara ala bar yalo do ko mo fe nyon tamon Kemo ni so na bari nga do kule fanade chairman mayor councilor ibele wultanga do ko ke ni do ko ke katina o wallahi ya do kule sungalo ko ya nyawna kabrin so manda patilo mebe house to house ibe mon noma ibe campaign wala ibe diabula molo nyin do ko ko dole be tol bulu anim fero sunyaro ni tapale ko jikita wala bari fale ko yalo ni abo ibe sunyaro kele yesu nya to maleke but ni ma sunya to ibe sunyaro kele nyaade anin tapale ya ni kamolu sam bar KMC kon mu foroldi ibe KMC tarajani iko ko million mo wala ka nyoma ko de bari ya la ka million mo de KMC sama wala bla
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Honorable Kemo Bojang ani Falang Sonko ala barka ba ngalo wato ma mentu da jaman sia bari lafta fla carte failal be ko nini mobe nyo sabakan kordal yebbu ngoni chabo bu sabul kana so ay korda chabo tebul so akamun tak West Coast mu politico bungolati KMC ma chabo tinga chabo ni bungota MPP kotole sa moneto la korda chabo mbe nga funti nga nomination o nga funta nyama nga carte o fay nga dula be gagné comme nga ka nyame inshallah tabaraka wa taala
Honorable Councillor, your final
ndewe mode tad la be jayna ba fle ala baraka ba ali murundi council nyami bari do ba fonda ta sign mobe yela carte jibe na jikira ko last voting fan ko na 41% la soto voda tona ba fala moli na findi kote na carte fay ando jikira ko na carte fay be meñi ne kam ba soto na
inshallah
do lo ka 8 out of 8 la ñini ko ne yonol be na gagné